Welcome back, everyone. So healing, it's a journey, right? It takes intentional steps. But today, for day 25 of After the Hurt, we're actually going to slow things down a bit and map it all out visually. In this explainer, we're diving into this brilliant concept called the village tree. It's an idea focused entirely on our roots and our branches, and honestly, it is going to completely reframe how you look at your own recovery. We're looking at the actual architecture of emotional support here. So often we just get completely lost in that day-to-day grind of just trying to feel better, but stepping back to see the bigger structure of our lives, that provides some incredible clarity. So let's jump right into it.
Right off the bat, there's this really powerful truth we just have to accept. No one heals alone, period. We are shaped by roots and we are supported by branches. Look, when we're recovering from deep hurt, what's our immediate instinct? Usually we just want to isolate ourselves, right? We pull back. We kind of convince ourselves that healing is this grueling solo mission, something we just have to grit our teeth and survive in a dark room all by ourselves. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Our recovery is deeply, fundamentally interconnected. We aren't just isolated little islands trying to glue the pieces back together. We're part of a living ecosystem. In fact, our ability to heal literally depends on that connection.
Think about it. Trying to heal entirely on your own, living purely as an isolated individual, is just exhausting. It leaves us so incredibly vulnerable, especially during those really weak seasons when we barely have the energy to stand up, let alone do all the heavy lifting of emotional recovery. But contrast that isolation with the undeniable power of the village. Now, this is where real, lasting transformation happens. Think about what a true village actually does. It's where we're prayed for. It's where we're taught, corrected, encouraged. And man, in our absolute darkest moments, it's where we are literally carried. Relying solely on yourself, that's just a fast track to burnout. Topping into the village is what actually sustains us when our own strength just totally runs out.
Okay, so to truly understand our unique place within this village, we can use a blueprint. We're going to build out the 4 steps of our village tree from the ground up: roots, trunk, branches, and finally, the fruit. Let's get building. But before we build our specific tree, we've got to have a solid foundation. Take a look at the imagery in Psalm 1:3. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water. Just picture that for a second. A tree cannot survive, much less thrive, without a continuous source of nourishment, right? It doesn't just magically generate its own water, it has to draw life from its surroundings. It's honestly the perfect metaphor for how we need to intentionally position ourselves in life. We literally have to plant ourselves in environments where we can draw the necessary strength, wisdom, and nourishment we need to heal. So starting at the very bottom of our blueprint, we have the roots. These are the specific people who have supported, shaped, prayed for, or taught you throughout your life. I want you to just pause, look backward, and look inward for a second. Who exactly are those people for you? Think of the ones who just poured their time and love into you when you were growing up, or maybe those friends who really stepped into the gap when you were hurting the most. They form your foundation. Because without strong roots, what happens? A tree just topples over the second the wind blows. Acknowledging the people who make up your root system is absolutely crucial. It's that vital first step in realizing that, hey, you haven't made it this far entirely on your own.
Moving upward from the ground, we reach the trunk. These are the values that keep you standing. If your roots are the amazing people who fed and shaped you, well, the trunk represents the internal core that grew directly from that nourishment. Think about it. What are the non-negotiable principles you've developed because of them? Maybe it's a deep sense of resilience, a commitment to honesty, a posture of grace, or just an unwavering dedication to your family. These values are the thick, sturdy wood of your tree. They're what keep you upright. When life's inevitable storms roll in and try to bend you totally out of shape, it's this core trunk of values that refuses to break.
And that naturally brings us up into the canopy, the branches. This represents such a beautiful pivot in the healing journey. The branches are the people you are now helping, covering, teaching, or encouraging. See how that works? It perfectly illustrates how we transition from solely receiving support through our roots to extending that support outward and forward into the world. You are literally becoming the village for someone else now. You're the one providing the shade and the shelter. It's such a powerful reminder that your healing isn't just for your own benefit. The work you do to recover directly equips you to hold others up.
Finally, to top the whole thing off, we complete the tree with the fruit, what you want your life to produce in others. Now, why does this matter so much? Because this is your lasting legacy. This entire exercise helps us see that we are far, far more than just isolated individuals trying to survive day to day. It isn't merely about what we manage to live through, it's about what we generate. It's that ultimate, beautiful realization that because we've received so much vital nourishment from our roots, we now possess something incredibly life-giving to produce for the entire world around us. Take a moment to really let this reflection sink in. Lord, help me understand my place in the village. Show me the people who have shaped me, the values that keep me standing, and the lives you are calling me to bless. Let my life produce good fruit. Amen. That really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the whole essence of the village tree. It's about recognizing exactly where we've come from, honoring the core that sustains us today, and bravely stepping into the beautiful responsibility of where we're going next.
Which leaves us with this final, lingering thought for day 25. Who are your roots, and who are your branches? I'm going to challenge you today. Take some time, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and literally map out your own tree. Write those names down. Visualize the village that surrounds and supports you right now. Grasping this deep, interconnected web is the absolute key to unlocking a much healthier, more grounded healing process. So, what kind of fruit is your tree going to produce? I really hope this explainer has given you some clarity and comfort today. Have a peaceful day, everyone, and keep growing your tree.